Hi everyone, I'm Rob and welcome back to East Coast Sailing. Today I'm going to be changing out these old speakers. Now these are 17 years old and I just thought I was going to replace them because of the broken grille. Upon taking this off, I will reveal... I can't believe this speaker is only 17 years old. It's actually made by Voodoo. Never heard of them before. It's an Italian company there on the back, but the state of that speaker, I mean, that was probably gone even 8-9 years ago. So it's always worth checking your speakers because that actually provides a waterproof barrier between any water coming in the cockpit, any waves, and then going into inside of your boat in your interior. So really worth checking on.
Before you go cutting any holes in your boat, it's always worth checking the possible speaker locations don't affect your compass or your auto tiller. You can see the magnet in the back of this speaker is sending the compass wild. Gone for some Sony Marine speakers. Now these are MP1621 speakers and there's two variants that look very similar. These are the slightly more expensive ones at just under £70 including delivery from Car Audio Centre.
Now these replacement speakers are slightly larger than the existing cutout, so you can see it's not going to fit up there. I need to take about 10mm off the total diameter. So I'm going to tape it up to protect the GRP when we're going around with the jigsaw, and then we can trace around it with a template, and then we'll cut that out with a metal blade. Now on the back of the box we actually have a speaker cutout template, and it's all perforated so it'll rip out quite nicely. And before we go making any cutouts, we're just going to check that fits. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw around the GRP and then we're going to cut it out with the jigsaw.
I'm using some frog masking tape just to protect the white gel coat when I'm using the jigsaw so the metal base blade doesn't scratch anything as I'm doing the cutout. Luckily the screw holes actually match the old positions so I didn't have to drill any new ones.
When cutting any holes out in GRP, make sure you use a fine tooth on the jigsaw blade. If it's too rough, like a coarse grain, what will happen is it will start chipping all the gel coat. So I've used an E-Bauer metal blade, which is a fine coarse tooth there. You can get that from Screwfix, it's only a couple of quid, you don't need anything more than that. And whenever you are cutting any holes out, make sure you mask the white gel coat, because when you're rubbing this metal plate round it's going to mark it and leave all sorts of kind of grey marks. It's going to take more time to clear up. So clean the surface, the masking tape will stick to it a little bit better, and a fine coarse jigsaw blade is all I use, and just make sure that it's not too long it's going to start cutting anything, and make sure the wires are out of the way before you start cutting this as well.
Now if you're looking at my hair and thinking I've got chronic dandruff, don't worry, it's just the GRP coming off the jigsaw blade.
I'm going to change the connecting crimp fittings because you can see the negative there. The existing one on the boat is very wide and that's a tiny tab, and the positive looks okay. I think I can reuse that if I just crimp it down a little bit. It feels a tiny bit loose, so either I'll cut a new one off.
I've added a little bit of insulation tape over the spade terminals just in case they ever come off the speaker and touched each other, it might short the circuit. The new speaker looks really smart, so the last thing left to do is to put it to the sound test. These speakers sound amazing and they definitely have the potential to get me thrown out of the marina.
So both the speakers are now installed and that job only took about 30 minutes. I feel like I've cheated it because normally jobs on the boat never go to plan. You're always missing a tool or something happens. But this one went really quickly, really easily. Overall, I'm really happy with the speaker. It looks so much better. We don't have the cracked grills anymore, no more yelling over the plastic. And the sound quality is absolutely fantastic. So when we're in the marina in summer, we're going to be able to have a party. It's going to sound much better out here. You've also got to remember that these speakers provide a weather-tight seal. So if any waves or rain come in the back of the boat and they touch the speaker, if the cone's damaged or the rubber seal, you're going to end up potentially having leaks coming in through the speaker. So I suggest if your speakers are any more than 5 or 6 years old, take the grill off, have a little look and make sure that they're still intact, that they haven't disintegrated. And for the sake of 80 quid, just replace them because they do sound amazing. So I'm really happy with the install. Thanks for watching East Coast Sailing and join us on the next episode as we go for a good sail.
Thanks for watching East Coast Sailing, and if you liked today's episode, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to get the latest episodes.